Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. My name is Doug. This is another part in the series of converting a Precision Matthews PM25 MV bench mill to CNC. If you haven't seen some of the other parts in the series, go back and take a look at those. Where we are right now, to catch you up, is that we've completely disassembled the mill here. We've cleaned everything and we've replaced the ball oilers with a brass insert to accept a push-to-connect tube fitting, which is going to be our one-shot oil system that we're going to retrofit onto the machine. So what we're going to go ahead and do today is take a look at the Z-axis. We're going to fit the ball screw into the column, take a couple of measurements, get that thing running true, and then put the slide on. So let's go over to the bench and take a look at what we've got. Thanks for joining us. Bye. Alright guys, what we have here is the ball screw for the Z-axis. I got this whole setup from Dave Clemens over at Arizona Video 99 is his YouTube channel. I'll try to include his email address if anybody's interested in contacting him for a set of these. They've been quality controlled for straightness on the screw itself, as well as backlash. It should be less than about 1/1000th and a half is what we're looking for. The closer the better. This is for a NEMA 34 engine mount. I should say engine mount, motor mount. For the top, it's got a Lovejoy connection here as a coupler between the shaft and the servo motor. Down here, we've got a double nut setup with an aluminum block that connects to the slide. That's got 4 bolts, and we've also got a grease zerk right here. We're going to be running whey oil, so the first thing that we're going to do is, let me see if I can get you a close-up, is we're going to go ahead and take that out and put our elbow in there so that we can connect the 4mm tube to the manifold and get that a constant supply of whey oil. Here's our push to connect 90-degree elbow from McMaster Carr. I'll see if I can include the part number to that so that you guys can shop for that. Come on now. There we go. I'll just snug that up. This is an M6 thread on these ball screws, and then it's got a pivotable push to connect elbow on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we have to take this aluminum block off first, because that won't fit inside the slide, or I should say it's not going to fit inside the column all assembled. So we'll have to drop this in and then place the slide down from the top into the column, and then attach it with the 4 screws to the top. And then we're going to take some measurements to make sure that the lead screw is parallel with the ground slide on the Z-axis there. So let me go ahead and take this apart, and we'll bring you over to the mill and we'll drop these in. Alright, I've got the mount put on, as well as the ball screw. I also machined a 1/2" to 3/8 adapter to put the cordless drill into to run the ball nut up and down. That seems to be running very nicely. So the next step is to put the slide on, and for that I am going to put some whey oil. Got going on here. Put some whey oil on this. And some oil up under the Want to make sure these are properly lubricated so that you don't start galling right off the start. Alright, now this is going to fit right on here. That goes over into that. Now the interesting thing about the attachment between the ball nut and the slide is that, let me see if I can't bring these up here. You've got a washer that's got a flat on it. And the reason for that is because there are two socket head cap screws that go in here, and there is just enough room for the two of them, which means there's not enough room for a complete washer. So what I'm going to do is move these around so that both flats are pointing towards each other. There's one. There we go. And I want to just snug up on these, because when I put the gib in, I want to make sure that I'm adjusting the gib for any slop. That looks like the thicker side, so my guess is that the thinner side goes in that way. Come on. Yep. All right. Now, one of these is the locking nut, and that is the adjustment. Actually, looking back on it, back off on this one, increase on this one, back off on this some more, increase on this one, That's getting there. Back off. Honestly, what I could do is take these out and just slide the whole unit back and forth. Maybe I'll go ahead and try that. Come on. Really? I just want to make sure that this slide is tight, but not too tight. Certainly not too loose. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to go ahead and run this all the way down so I got some This is probably the easiest way to do this. You know, you can sit and think and think and think and think and think about how you're going to do something until you actually get down to do it. Like they say, no plan survives first contact with the enemy. That's a little tight. Back off on that. Crease on. I think that's pretty good. That. And that. All right. right, we'll run this back up. And then we'll just sock down on these. All right. That, as they say, I believe is done. We're just going to go ahead and sock these down. I think we'll put some blue Loctite on those one at a time, and then that'll be that. That's adjusted, the gibs are adjusted, and that's it. Excellent. On to the next step.